Quality, the most important aspect of any game. Quality is what makes the difference between Mario 64 and Golem. There are many parts that make a game of good quality, like gameplay and story. But the one thing that I think doesn't matter is graphics. Now, I've seen many debates about why graphics are important, and many believe that graphics do matter. But I must disagree. Now, I sympathise with a lot of these people, as a lot of their beliefs come from the companies themselves, who keep on releasing better and better looking games with not much heart. The reason what companies are doing this for is because it's easy, so they can release a piece of crap, but hey, at least it's a good looking piece of crap. And this is what they want you to think. Now think back to the best games you've ever played. Some games that might come up are Mario 64, Zelda, and maybe Pokemon Yellow. Now take a look at all those games again. All those games, in today's standards, have terrible graphics. You see, graphics are very time-based, and what looks good now may not look good in the future. And this is one reason why you shouldn't base your opinion on a game solely on its graphics. These people will avoid games like Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time because it isn't 4K and 60 FPS. You know what is 4K? Golem. And Golem's an absolutely terrible game. It has no heart, it has a terrible story, and just dreadful gameplay. But games like Golem won't be remembered in 40 years' time. But Mario 64 will. How come? Because Mario 64 has heart, and Golem is just a terrible game. And if Golem is remembered, it'll only be remembered as the worst game ever released. You see, a game first needs substance, a heart, an actual meaning. For example, you might have the best looking house on the street, but if it's empty inside, people will only look at the outside. And then when a better looking house comes down the road, they'll go and see that one, and what are you left with? An ugly house with nothing inside. Now, I don't know what people were looking at your house for, but it's a good example. Just games like Mario 64 have great gameplay, and The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time have great stories. And that's why they're still loved today. That's why they got so much heart. Now, they don't look the best games. Maybe for the time they look good, but now they don't look very good. Now, you can think whatever you want, but would you buy a book? Gamers don't buy books. Sorry about that. Would you watch a movie with a terrible cover? Oh yeah. People actually watch Ant-Man. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that good looks don't equal a good game. Now, there are still companies making high quality games, like Nintendo. They've just released Tears of the Kingdom, which is a great game, but it's got one problem. It hasn't got a high FPS, and it isn't really 4K. But does this make it a bad game? Hell no, it's one of the best games on the Switch. Now, what does all this mean? Should games have terrible graphics? No. Having good graphics is a nice extra on top of a great story and great gameplay. It's an extra. It's not a requirement, it's an extra. Now, there's games out there with beautiful graphics, like Red Dead Redemption 2. The graphics are stunning and they're very, very realistic. But that's not all that's in the game. It has great story, great character building, and beautiful graphics. It's always and, it's an extra. Now, it's completely fine if you prefer to play games with good graphics, but please don't solely base your opinions on graphics. Just go and try out old games like Crash Bandicoot 1 and Kirby's Dream Land, because they offer something so great that many new games don't have. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this rant. If you did enjoy, you might enjoy this video. Now, if you are interested in older gaming, then this video is for you. I talk about Kirby, who is a retro icon. And if you did enjoy, please consider subscribing and join the Insta Army today. And I'll see you next time. See ya.